just like that, we back. It's the uncomfortable truth, man. With Velvet Jones.
Quality.
Yeah, man. This one, man. I gotta lay back on the cut, 'cause, man, this is just like a 58 watts thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take a back seat. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still up here with. I got my own little thing. You know what I'm saying, man? Tell them what we got, Quad.
Yeah, we got none other than, man, the legend, 58th Street's finest, Watts finest, the mayor. If you come down that way, you got to see him for the good. He gonna make sure you straight, make sure you good, make sure everything copacetic, man. Y'all know what it is, man. We got Dink in the building. What's up, bro?
What's up, bro?
Ain't too much, man.
Thanks for having me, man.
You know, we had to bring you on, man, because we had a whole lot of Deanwood and Deanwood on here, so it's only right, you know what I mean, that, you know, we had one of the homies on from one of the
You bridged that guy for me with the damn little guy.
yeah, from the illustrious, you know what I mean, the University of 58. A lot of people don't know what the U stand for, but it's definitely
University.
The University of 58. That's
One of
what
the
it
true
stands for.
OGs. Skeeter came up
That's
with
what it
that.
I put some fat on my head with that one. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Skeeter came up with that chicken wing, man.
Yeah, so what we usually do is go back and have everybody tell about where you're from, which they know that already, but let them know where you're from, what section, what side of 58, because there's a lot of parts to the neighborhood that people don't know, but let them know, you know what I mean, who you are and where you're from, where you grew up at.
Man, I don't want to hurt no feelings, man, but you know, it's many claims to the hood, you know.
Yeah.
I literally, address was number 11, 58th Street, Northeast.
Yeah, absolutely.
Literally. And you got some people who don't, they claim it,
Yeah.
but it's all love, though.
It's all love.
It's all love.
It's all love.
So you kept that one real polished.
Yeah.
all
Some people claim it,
Yeah.
but they know what it is. You and I know what's really going on.
Yeah.
I'm the first one that got the tattoo.
Oh, shit.
What it was like growing up in 58 in the 80s and 90s.
Different.
Different.
But it was fun, though.
Yeah.
The polished guy you see here came from that.
Yeah.
You know, the fire, you know, turning to diamonds.
Yeah.
And you know, the thing that, you know, that touched me a lot, some people that came from there, they don't even come back no more.
Yeah.
And I think some of the reason that is, some of their experiences was rough.
Yeah.
We can't act like that's not the truth, but
Yeah.
it was rough for all of us.
Yeah.
But we made the best out of it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I learned numerous of things from it.
Yeah.
It gave people a lot of perception about me coming up to school and things like that. They looked at me at a certain light, but as I got older, like our group, you know, we always talked on some real, like,
Yeah,
we talked about politics, education,
Absolutely.
race, everything.
Yeah.
Only people in our own circle knew we was educated like that.
Yeah.
Everybody outside our circle looked at us as just strictly thugs.
Yeah.
But that was cool too.
Yeah. When you think that changed for you? You think it was that gave you that when people started realizing the gentleman side or the educated side, was it junior high school or high school, you think?
I'm gonna keep it honest. I really can't put a finger on it, but other people told my story.
Yeah.
Cause like you know me.
Yeah.
I don't do friends.
Yeah.
It's not personal. It's because we grew up literally as brothers.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we all went through some pain.
Yeah.
Like we argued, we didn't speak, F you, all that. So who wanted to start that all over again?
Yeah, absolutely.
Bringing somebody in new, like,
Yeah.
like, you know, quality, you know, got Velvet, you know what I'm saying? Quality friends. I got other brothers that got people out, that's their friend.
Yeah.
But if they your friend, they're a friend of me.
Yeah.
Once the day quality tell me Velvet ain't his friend, Velvet ain't my friend no more. That's just how I operate.
Yeah.
But quality's my brother, my other brother's brother. I just don't do people because there's a lot of things we went through to get to where we at. And like when I walk out the door somewhere with quality or any of my homies, my life is in their hand. I don't question it. I don't second guess it. And it take a lot to earn that kind of trust and respect. And people take that lightly. I don't take that lightly at all.
Man, I want to step in for a second. Like even how you speak of how you grew up and your mentality now. Do you think, knowing how you grew up and how you moved and everything like that, do you see the disconnect in your generation and the generation that's coming up now?
I'm gonna debunk that. I don't have no disconnect with my youngins. They love
That's
me.
a good thing. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. And I was saying, like, I think that it's just sensationalized because now we have this thing called social media. We have Instagram, we got Facebook, we got all this stuff. That's just, you seeing stuff in real time. But before, when we were coming up, it was a esoteric society. You had to actually be outside. You got to be out in the mix to really know what's going on.
Everybody couldn't be outside.
Exactly. You couldn't just be. You just couldn't. But with the internet and social media, you can hide behind a phone screen and make up an image. But then you could make up respect. You could make up an image now, but you couldn't make up a image back then. You couldn't make up respect or none of that.
I won't put a name on it, but it was a good dude that I'm good with. That my hood love, we embraced him like a brother.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said on social media, he was very opinionated. I never knew he talked that much.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it can be a good and a bad thing. You know, some people that I didn't know had that much to say, got that much to say.
Yeah.
So I get to the disconnect where I don't have a disconnect with the guys, the young dudes that come up behind me because I didn't treat them like a son or a little brother. Once you reach manhood, you're a man just like me.
Yeah.
And that, let me tell you, the disconnect that's been happening through this city and through probably everywhere, but I'm speaking on my city because I know everybody, well, they want this son kind of aspect to happen. Come up under me, do what I say, follow me. No, I respect you. When you become a man, I'm acknowledge you as one.
Man respect man.
All day long. And that's why the young dudes in my hood respect me and love me like they do. I don't look at them as my young dudes, my young niggas. Nah, you a man.
Yeah.
Because there's some young great fathers that's coming behind me, and I'm skipping a generation. I'm skipping quality generation. I'm going down to young dudes like E, like my young nigga E just had another daughter today. Bruh, this is second daughter. He came in he a stepfather to two. Post office guy, worker, married and everything. The best thing, advice I ever gave him, man, I told him I was proud of him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got young dudes like Randy, all them, they working and everything now. They in their early 30s. You know what I'm saying? And every time I see them, first thing I ask about how your family doing. You know what I'm saying? So things like that, like Chris Flip, one of my young guys that's rap, DPW worker, this had a daughter. His mother used to be the crossing guy back then. See, this thing go down to family ties. And I always respected them, and them young dudes always gave it back to me. I ain't never, I can easily, you know what Quality always used to tell me? He was like, bro, you had the power to do a lot of things, but you chose to do something different. You chose to love. You ain't abuse it. And he said, that's what I take my hat off to. You chose the love and teach. And when we all succeed and when we all prospering, the community good. You know what I'm saying? So that's always what I've been about. Like, the next time I hope, when I come on this show, I wanted to be some of my young up-and-coming young dudes I got coming from our neighborhood to bring us in.
Yeah, that's cool.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, those guys, like, you know, young dude Paco, Suave, 3 Commas, Gas, all them, Nasto G, all them young dudes, Chris Flip, Lil Rob, Lil Rocket, all them, they putting in work. You know what I'm saying? I told my young dudes I'm gonna show them love tonight. You know, I hold my word to it.
Hell yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying?
Love them.
You know, that's even that, everything you just spoke about. That just shows how it separates real OGs from you know all that other stuff. A lot of these people, they OG really mean older guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's shocking to me. Like, I transition well with the music.
Yeah.
And Quality will tell you, I call them when I need music advice. I call them because I'm kind of out of touch with it. But
a lot of sons might hit us or something.
Yeah.
Man, look, Quality hit me this. He was like, man, Sean, them on this, what you think about this? I'm like, oh yeah, Shawty, woo woo. And we talk about it, we laugh.
But that comes with embracing
I'm embracing change. I listen to more of their music than I listen to the own music that I come up on. You know, I'm versatile with it. It ain't, you know,
But
I ain't a big rap guy, but when I hear something that hit, like Durkee and them, love them young dudes. You know what I'm saying? I don't, you know, I ain't one of those dudes, the size and this. I love NBA, all them young dudes.
But
you know
this,
what I'm saying?
this is the thing about you, right? A lot of people don't know. A lot of people do know. You was like I've had that phrase, young OG. You was like, you was forced with that title at an early age, like 12 or 13 years old, like to be a leader. You know what I mean? And in West Coast terms, a shot caller for people under you.
And the funny part about it,
and over you.
I rejected it for so long.
Yeah.
Well, I ain't gonna say I rejected it. I just tried to act like it wasn't so.
Yeah, you did.
Downplayed it.
I downplayed it because quality know me. I ain't never been a guy to toot my horn.
Yeah.
Everything I do come out of love. And my greatest power is giving. You know the little term, you know, he for the streets. I'm literally for the streets. And it, not in that term though. I'm for my people. You know what I'm saying? So when I win, everybody win. If I know something that you can do better, quality can do better, I'm gonna bring it to you first. I ain't never, you know, counting on money or nothing like that. I just want to see us win. I've always been that way since a young dude. In every neighborhood in this city, I know a guy. And the guy know me. And it ain't never been about how tough I am or who you kill or what you do. It's been man respect.
Yeah, man, respect, man.
That's all.
Hey, man, you know what? Just sitting here right now, I got a better understanding of you. I knew of you and I knew you in passing, right? But, man, I see something right now. I think you should really do something as far as like a non-profit or some type of organization.
I'm glad you brought that up
Some
there.
type of community outreach or something like that, or something with the community. Because that's your spirit, that's the vibe you're giving off. You know
I'm glad you brought that up. Quality, I've done that.
Yeah.
I was working in the school system with gang-related things. I've been to St. Petersburg, Russia, all kinds of things on gang. I spoke at Virginia State University.
Okay.
I spoke on Congress, on the Hill. This when Eric Holder was the district attorney back then. I spoke at PG County, Jones, about interactions and stuff like that. I'm in top with the youngest. There's a lot of youngest through this town that know me that we cross paths with. And my whole thing, man, is I love my people. And a lot of people don't. Let me rephrase it a little bit. People don't love their people like they should. You understand what I'm saying? Like me, I'm one of those dudes. I die on the sword for the cause. You understand what I'm saying? And everybody in this new society, everybody want to win. Somebody, you know, is chiefs, is soldiers. I've been a soldier before. That's how you become a great leader. You know, so I don't mind stepping back. I don't mind never being in front of this camera. I can be behind the scene the whole time and give you my perspective on how we can move forward as the coach, long as we win. If my mission and my vision is spoken through you and him or through somebody else, and the culture win, I'm good with that. You know, that's how I move.
And also, like you don't understand is that you give us that same kind of information if we wrong too. You get what I'm saying? So you ain't like you gonna stand with it, you gonna whatever, but you gonna let us know if a situation come before and we did that.
I get that from my grandma.
Yeah.
Sugar come with shit.
Yeah.
That's one of my greatest strengths.
Yeah, come on, bro.
I'm gonna tell you dead in your face.
You straight
You
bullshit.
bullshit.
Come on, man. You bullshit now.
That's what real friends do. Man, ain't on the yes man shit.
Like
Just crash out.
Yeah.
Listen to me. Every last one of my friends, from the guy with the most money to the guy with the less money, they know they're gonna get honesty from me. All my hood sisters that come from around our way, they call me to talk to me about real shit like, brother, boom, 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 what I'm doing wrong. Because they know I'm going to tell them the truth.
Yeah.
And at the same time, that's a flaw to me when you in the street, though.
Yeah.
How so?
Let me tell you. If somebody come and be like, man, X, Y, and Z did so-and-so, my face give it up. Because I'm a truth teller.
You ain't got no poker face.
Right, when it come to truth. Like, people like, man, so-and-so did this, then, and then. I'm like, oh, this is bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you wrong. But sometimes I almost get caught telling you wrong in front of the enemy.
Okay.
Like,
You gotta watch that, huh?
my point exactly, but at the same time, this guy know I'm going to cover that, though.
Yeah.
I'm going to make sure the enemy know, yeah, he was wrong, but it ain't nothing you can check him about.
Yeah.
That's how I am. I'm going to tell the truth.
Yeah.
Whether it benefits me or not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
so that's how I always operate.
He definitely one of the ones I was talking about in the last episode with James about when I was hanging up Lincoln Heights and doing my thing up there, right, making money and doing this and that. He came up there, right? I'm thinking, oh, bro, I'm up here, you know what I mean? I'm getting to $1, I'm whatever.
I'm fair.
He came up there, like, man, like, what the fuck is you doing, bro? What the, like, I'm like, what you don't get to? Like, man, I don't give a fuck about what kind of dollar you getting to or what kind of nigga, man, if you don't get the fuck from up here, like, man, you gonna get hurt or I'm about to hurt one of these somebody up here or just, man, get the fuck back home. What the fuck is you doing? Like, was furious. He didn't speak to me for a while. He was heated, like heated. Like from on some real shit. Like, come on, man. You
And
know
guess
better
what?
than this.
I caught him in a transition stage.
Yeah.
I caught him in a transition stage. Wallace to this day,
Yeah.
always been a brain,
Yeah.
always been an educated guy. So he felt that popularity, that I'm that guy now, got the juice.
Yeah.
And he was embracing it.
Yeah.
Rap was on fire, all that. And I got it. I'm cool with that. But when I pulled up there, I understand the wolves. I know what the wolves look like. And I'm watching them. I said, bro, you tripping.
Yeah.
I'm watching him. And he don't even know they watching him. And I said, bro, you put me in a fucked up situation.
Them niggas licking their chops.
Man, I'm about to kill everything moving. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing to you. But you got to get up from up here. Man, I got this. Nah. No. It's one thing I do know in this city, in every city. I ain't gonna let nobody shame our city. Like we crooks, like ain't nobody else crook.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody gonna let you come in the hood and eat.
Can't do that. Yeah.
Prosper.
That's number one rule. Number one rule. Yeah.
They gonna win with you a little bit, but at the end of the day,
Yeah.
they gonna snake.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they gonna bake their cake.
Hey, but he wasn't saying it.
Yeah.
He was just saying, I'm the man. I'm that guy. And he wasn't paying no mind to that. I said, bro, you got to get it from up here. I said, I'm glad you winning, but this here, it's going to create war.
At what cost? Yeah. At what cost? At what cost?
And guess what? Those guys are nice. We got nothing but love and respect for it. But I know what this is going to do. There's always the little broke guy in the corner.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
The mad guy.
Yeah, absolutely. Because we've seen it so many times in
You know they skip the little mad rapper? This the little mad rapper over there.
Yeah.
Hey, how this dude winning in my neighborhood?
Yeah. All it takes is one.
That's all it takes.
Yeah.
And I had a full understanding of that.
Yeah.
The one thing about the street, man, people expect rules to bend to what you want them to be.
Yeah.
Nah, it ain't no set rules in the street.
Yeah.
Somebody can make them up as they go, according to what they want them to be. You got to understand that. It ain't nothing fair in the street. It's not supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? So I had to let him know, like, bro, he telling me too. Nah, man, ooh, I'm just sitting like real, you gonna tell this to me? I'm like, bro, you talking to me? He was like, all right. He was like,
But that was part of the thing that my transition was, because in our neighborhood, you weren't allowed to just come right out and jump on the porch like you was met with resistance. Like, man, what you doing? You supposed to be doing something else. So it wasn't like you was embraced. Like, come on, I'm gonna give you this, I'm gonna give you that. You gonna do it? Like, man, nah, you need to go do something else.
yeah, the type of guy
You know what I
Clark
mean?
was. We
Yeah,
wasn't
it was
embracing
like,
it.
Yeah, it was like
When he said this what he doing, they ain't never tell you not to do it then.
yeah, nah, never.
I said, okay, this what you want to do.
Yeah.
I couldn't get a nigga to give me a pack in my hood. I had to go outside and buy my own thing.
Ain't nobody want to give him, wasn't nobody
Yeah.
cool with what he was doing. Like
Yeah.
a college guy,
Yeah.
I love Robert, produce good kid. Robert, I'm like, no.
Yeah.
But when he say this with them, don't, okay, this what you doing.
Yeah.
When I seen you up there, nah, we ain't about to do this.
Yeah.
Nah, we ain't about to do that.
We ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that.
Shit, but you know what? You said you caught him in that transition moment. Maybe that he already was going to transition, but you just put it to him like that. Like, you know what? Yeah, I need to go and get the fuck on out the way. That probably was what it was too. That conversation right there probably pushed him right over the edge and saved his life.
Yeah,
For real.
you understand it. You know what I mean? You get it because you're just moving so fast. And what people don't understand is with that game, you think you may know, but it swallow you up fast. You know what I'm saying? You think you got a hold of it, but ain't really like he said. The rules change. You know what I mean? Ain't whatever. Especially if you playing on somebody else's turf, you playing an away game.
And let me tell you the funny part about it.
Yeah.
He probably had more money in his pocket than I had. It ain't about dollars. He can tell you, we go back to Calhoun,
Rice and gravy.
Rice and gravy.
Yeah.
I used to come down there and get them. I got $2.50. And that meal we buying, rice and gravy, ice cream and everything,
Yeah.
I'm breaking that shit down the middle with him.
Yeah. Absolutely.
We breaking that down. So he know when I'm talking to you, this ain't about none of that.
None of that. Yeah.
This about your life.
Yeah, and that's another thing we touched on before. Like I said, it should be fuck respecting the dollar.
Yeah.
Nobody care about the money. Man, respect man. Man gotta respect man.
Yeah.
You got, I don't give a fuck if the dude's a CEO or a janitor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Man gotta respect man.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what I mean the neighborhood was based and built on. You know what I mean? Like just
I've been high on that.
Yeah. Like
I meet everybody where they at.
Yeah.
I don't look down on you.
yeah.
I don't do the starstruck thing. We man when we talk.
Yeah.
I respect your craft, whatever you're doing, whatever feeds your family, what works for you, that's what works for you. Always been that way.
Man, so what's the family dynamic for Dink these days?
Oh man.
Can I strike a chord?
Nah, you ain't like a cool. This one to get a little spicy though.
Yeah.
Okay. It's the uncomfortable truth.
They don't care nothing about that.
Man. I guess in 2022,
Yeah.
the black man speak a little different now.
Okay.
And I speak with my chest out. Let me tell you why. It's one thing I made them toot my own about nothing, but I take pride in being a father.
Okay.
I take so much pride in being a father. I crossed the bridge that people never thought I'd do. When things were shaky with my two oldest kids, man, I went and did counseling. I called Kyle on the phone. I said, something got to give. I went and seen the guy. I didn't get on the couch because it was a pandemic. I got on the little Zoom, the app thing. And I said, man, how did this get better? For some reference, it's crazy, all my kids 10 years apart.
Okay.
95, 05, 15. I had a 26-year-old daughter just turned 17. Baby boy 6. My special stepson, 11 to death, he's 17. So the two oldest kids, we was in the show. Cause they know their dad. Strong will, they strong will.
Yeah.
So when we squabble, the squabble is
Yeah, you got me. That's all good. Thanks.
the squabble is I'm always giving them law. I'm always giving you advancement information. I'm always giving you to be successful. We not in competition for mother, this, that, and the third. It's always enlightening.
Yeah.
So my kids, and once my wife told me this, it kind of brought it all the way on. I got expectations of my kids. And I don't think as a community, regularly, we don't have these kind of expectations. They don't expect fathers to have these great expectations. Society does. But before I pull forward with that, I come up around at least 20 guys that debunk that myth about these quote unquote fathers not doing this and not doing that.
Yeah.
It's one thing this dude to tell you, everybody that know me, I don't play garbage foul shit. If you garbage, we got a problem. So, me and my kids, we have issue because I don't let up. I expect you to be X, Y, and Z.
Oh, you drill sergeant on their ass.
Not necessarily that. I'm the fun parent, but I got expectations.
Yeah, I understand.
Like all my kids been on the road, down to the 6-year-old.
Yeah.
But that's not good enough. And that's how my mother was. So it's not good enough. So when I be so hard on them, they run to the comfort. Nothing towards their mother, nothing to be criticized of, but mom give them an easy slate to it. So we got different opinions about it, so it creates conflict. So the psychiatrist guy told me like that. How old are you kids? At the time, my son was 15, my son was 25. And he was like me. Would you explain to me, I won't get into details about it between me and the psychiatrist. Would you explain to me, you're doing a great job as a father, but he said, let me explain something to you. They are who they are. They in their personality, they gonna be what they be. So the best thing you can do is love them constantly, be available when they need you, never turn off communication.
Communication is huge.
Very huge.
Very huge.
And he'll tell you, me and the same, be stubborn and prideful.
Yeah.
Very stubborn. So when my information, I'm giving it to you, is not being reflected, you're like, like, what are we doing here then? So once I started to realize, like, allow them to be who they be, they don't come from the same struggle you come from. Our kids will never be who we be. Don't want them to be.
Hell no.
We come from the jungle.
Yeah.
And I had to learn something with that. It was just like, love them. When they need you, be there. Give them your information, whatever they ask you for, give them your opinion about it, and leave it at that.
Yeah.
And I got older kids, so once that kind of started working in this dynamic, our relationship always been great, but it flourished.
Got better.
It flourished.
Yeah.
So like, and then the daughter, see the daughter different. I got a younger son, an older son, she in the middle. She different. So you know, they know how to pluck that nerve.
Yeah.
You know. So that around in there, and once we started to form and mold that thing there, it's something special though.
Man, you know, what you think about therapy as a whole now after doing it? Because I'm an advocate for therapy. I wasn't at first, I went and got therapy last year. And I tell anybody that I listen, therapy. I found out shit that I wasn't think I was dealing with, that I'm still dealing with. That I didn't know I was, you know what I'm saying?
Man, my wife laughed at me. She was like, you going to get some help? I said, for them kids, I'll do anything.
Yeah.
I'll try anything.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? I'll try anything. So when she looked at me and seen that, like, I was like, yeah, because they're my youngest.
Yeah. So what's your opinion on therapy now?
My opinion on therapy, it depends on what you're going for.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to make it quick and fast. Coming from us, I don't know your background all the way, but I'm going to say us.
Yeah.
Relationship-wise, our community needs therapy.
Yeah.
I'm talking about man-woman relationship.
Absolutely.
That's how
I'm gonna start right there first. And I'm gonna get to second, parenting.
Yeah.
If we're not married, in my opinion, we need to do therapy.
Yeah.
Almost like marriage counseling,
Yeah.
we need parenting counseling.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Third, because this got shoved in our plate, we need social media therapy. Because us as parents that come from the generation we come from, we out of tap the way our children abuse it.
Yeah.
So it's a miss right there.
Yeah.
We like, why do you need and you love that so much?
Yeah.
It doesn't mean nothing to me, but it means everything to them.
Yeah.
So somewhere along the line, you got to meet in the middle. So I'm gonna start back with the first 30. Racism, drugs, all that was the hindrance for our community. The hindrance for our community now is the black man and it's the black woman. And it's troubles. We fighting every single day. And our women fighting to be heard, to be respected, to be seen, to be on the same level. And I think what's been missing is that our women don't know men.
Yeah, that shit deep seated, Holmes.
Yes,
Yeah.
and listen to what I mean. I'm making it short and quick. All of us, from the man and the woman, majority been raised by a woman. So me as a guy, I know the woman. I know what limits to push, what buttons to push, where to go. In the vision of marriage, Miss Overton, down around Watts, precious lady, beautiful lady. Every point she get across, all do just talk, soft. Miss Beverly, old girlfriend I had back in high school.
Yeah.
Her and her father, they still married today. That was my vision of marriage.
Yeah.
The Johnsons, Beanie, Kurt, that was my vision of marriage. So once I seen that it's possible, I jumped on it and I said, well, let me watch these people. Now, those women operate, they get the same results as the non-married woman with a less aggressive way. And I think as a group, as a community, we too uptight. We can't talk to each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what I love about my wife.
Everybody defensive.
Yes, my wife made a lot of adjustments. And I think the adjustments get made by when you put it all out there. You let your vulnerability be there. And I think that's why my wife respect my opinions, because I'm able to be vulnerable too at the same time. And coming from where we come from, men don't do vulnerability though.
Nah, man, I hate to interject, man. I'm just learning this vulnerability shit.
Yeah.
And it's all a process. All this shit is a process. This expressing my feelings and using my words. I'm used to just shutting down and dealing with it. But you gotta.
It all boils down to trust.
Yeah.
It's trust. The thing is, the black woman lost trust in the black man. You get what I'm saying? It was done that way on purpose.
Oh, no question.
You
The
get what I'm
70s
saying?
did that.
It was
took all them
done-
jobs,
yeah,
them factory jobs and
yeah.
everything, moved them overseas.
Yeah, it was done.
And
It was done
by
that way
design.
on purpose. And people always say like the hardest thing to get back from somebody is trust.
Yeah.
Once somebody break that trust. But the thing about it is we didn't break that trust, but this was passed down from generation to generations. That man, you can't trust no man. Maybe on bullshit. They done seen some of them made seen their fathers do it.
Yeah.
Everybody they seen all types of stuff and whatever, and you inherited that. You
And
know
I'm
what I'm
glad
saying?
you brought that up.
Yeah, you inherited that.
Oh, about the father. Hey, my group of people, again, I bring it up.
Yeah.
We debunked those issues though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We ain't have a playbook to say how you be a good father.
No, but that's
But we doing.
But that's why our daughters and our sons gonna see something different and greater. But our wives didn't see that.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So we gotta break that mold with them.
Yeah.
We had to break that mold with them. They ain't really see that because them 80s dads and 70s dads, they was man, they was, you know what I'm saying?
You know the funny part about it?
And for whatever reason, it ain't no fault to them because it was some stuff put on them that they wasn't prepared for.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? That warfare, that psychological warfare put on them brothers was something that nobody was prepared for ever.
Rick was one of the few fathers you see.
Yeah.
His pops.
Yeah.
One of the few.
Yeah. He just was talking about his pops too.
Yeah.
Everybody pulled up.
Yeah, very few. One of the few.
Yeah.
And I transitioned to the second step. About the guy like me and Quad. I don't know your situation.
Yeah.
We got kids by two different women. This one is thing get thick at. I got 3 kids. Two of my kids, my two older, I'm the only baby dad. My wife got my youngest boy back. Me, I don't get to pick and choose who I can advocate for. When everybody's on harmony, everything good. But when things is off schedule, at the end of the day, those mothers only gonna care about their kid. I'm not afforded that right.
Yeah.
I got to be a politic. I hate politics. I hate politics.
Yeah.
Them some of the worst people just coming to earth.
Yeah.
And I got to sit there with this face, this poker face, and they applying pressure. Why you didn't do X, Y, and Z? Like
They campaigning. They campaigning
Yeah.
for their child. They campaigning
For their child.
For their child. Absolutely.
I can't do that. Because
Yeah,
guess what?
campaign, yeah.
Number 2 and 3 sitting right there too. Like,
Yeah.
what she talk? What you gonna do?
Yeah.
What you mean what I'm gonna do? So I'm locked in, and I got 3 women sitting there and want their child to be special. Because it's special to them. You understand what I'm saying? It's special to them. I share something, and Wallace will tell you, I'm not a fan of celebrities. I don't do them. I let they like be their life. There's one thing I heard from Will Smith that was powerful to me, that I learned from him. He spoke on his oldest kid,
Yeah.
you know, and he said, and it made me, because I did the same situation. I went a year one time when I was seeing my oldest custody battles, court, fight. He experienced the same thing. And he had to come to realization. You only gonna be as good as a father as that woman allowed you to be, to a certain extent. If you wanna go around the courtroom, get your custody, get that's the dirt, but if she constantly fighting you and fending you off, you're only gonna be as good as she allowed you to be. Because, like Will said, them their kids. That biblical cord, something different. I don't care what mama do, you know it, they know it.
Yeah.
Hey, society you won't get a boy or a man to come up here, the average man, to salt their mama down. And mama can be a cold-blooded whore.
Yeah.
It's no bullshit.
Not gonna come in and salt mama down.
Never.
Won't do it.
Never.
Gonna kill behind it too.
Yeah.
Stand on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But them their kids.
Yeah.
So if you ain't halfway right with their mom, it's gonna be rough. So you got to up your game a level a little bit. I'm one of the first dudes who was a quote unquote single father for a couple of years. I found out my son was my son after 2.5 years, 3 years. I went and got my son. When I got my first apartment on my own. Grandma didn't speak to me for 2 months. Right now, present day, since I was 16, I was paying bills with grandma. But when I went and got my son, this is how the hood do. What's the proof that's your son? What's this, that, and third? So I'm like, man, that's what I'm doing right. I got to move. So when them people call grandma, you paying you X amount of money a month? Yeah. Okay, boom. So I moved, come in the house, grandma don't say nothing to me. So I was looking at my own like, what's up with her? She like, man, look, you know how she love me. She depended on me. You just up and left. But she told me, if I don't like what's going on, you gotta go get your own.
Yeah.
And I went and got my own.
Took it up on.
She didn't put me out, I went and got my own.
Yeah.
I ain't like the way my son was being treated because people questioning me, that your son is. Who in the hood gonna go get some kid? Who does that?
Yeah. A father.
I ain't gonna just go get some random kid to a girl that I just met one day, boom, you got a kid. Like, who does that? Ain't nobody signing up for that.
Like
So-
somebody claim jumping.
My point exactly. So, you know, like, I got a journey when it's dealing, that father, it means a lot to me. So going through all those changes and things like that, and then having an incident, you know, where that your kid run back to mom. You're like, man, I've been breaking my back every time to make everything right for you, and you run back to that.
You know what, man? I like where this going, right? I'm gonna ask you a question. So it sounds like you've been through the ringer with this whole fatherhood thing. And
Oh, no question.
I'll tell you what, I want you to give some advice to a young, up-and-coming father that may be going through it, having a hard time seeing his kids or having a hard time trying to get on the same page as the mom or she acting up. What would you tell that young brother?
I don't know how much it costs now, but it cost me $88 back then to go get joint custody.
Okay.
It don't. If you in DC, it don't cost that much.
Okay.
If you really want to get rid of the headache, go to the court building. Go down to the court building, file them a little bit of papers, and you can get all the rights you want. But see, the women understand we're gonna be lazy about that. No hate to my sisters, love you to death. But they understand you ain't gonna fight that fight. And I do you one better. I'm gonna get back to that. We need to stop promoting and being cool with and celebrating our children having babies without marriage.
Yeah,
I've
absolutely.
been noticing that. It's like an influx of like,
Like, we need to stop doing that.
It's like all these luxurious baby showers and there ain't no fucking weddings, man.
And not this necessarily a wedding, it's just we having children at young ages, we're repeating a cycle. And me, all of us are sitting right here. The girl you love at 19 and 20 and 20, it's not gonna be the one.
No.
So we talking about 2 kids having babies.
Yeah.
Shit, that's how our parents were. Our parents was kids.
And lifelong commitment.
Exactly. So I tell you this is proven fact. The women are always more mature than us early.
Yeah.
So why are we having children by boys? So the boy gonna be a boy.
Yeah.
No excuses for him, but he's gonna be a boy.
Yeah.
I'm speaking from a man's perspective, because men haven't been having a perspective to talk to men on the platform and talking to young men. And young men gotta understand, we coming in here to do one thing, we fucking.
Ambition.
And I'm gonna make it real quick. I talked to my daughter, my little cousin that's 32, she ain't got no kids. Cause I gave her this truth. I said, look, growing up, young, I don't have no problem with fucking. See, women don't like these kind, but I told my daughter, my little cousin, I don't have no problem with you fucking. But I have a problem with you having babies by boys. Because guess what? By the time he get mature, you 5 years in, you're a baby.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's gonna be hard. So how much do we really love that baby that we are bringing into a situation that's tough? And if you knowledgeable, like ourselves is, we need to spread that knowledge and slow that cycle down. I ain't gonna say it's gonna stop, but we gotta slow it down. These 20-year-olds having and these mamas and dads promoting these gender reveals. Oh, I'm about to be a grandmother.
Yeah.
It's a grandmother with no future for your grandchild.
Yeah.
How much do you love your grandchild?
Yeah.
Is your grandchild gonna grow up with 2 parents in the household?
Yeah.
Or we gonna keep doing the same thing?
I stopped doing it.
Look at the difference in your youngest daughter.
Yeah.
And I can tell you from my youngest son,
Yeah.
everything's different.
Yeah.
Because me and his mom is in the household, and his love in the household.
Absolutely.
You understand?
Yeah.
It's been a proven fact. This single parent home thing creates chaos. And we don't need chaos in the community. And we keep repeating it. We having babies and not respecting the baby that we having. We take that shit for granted. I don't like it. We just having babies that we having.
Yeah. And then what was going on is what the grandparents are doing and getting involved in the middle and trying to right what they went through with their baby daddy, their baby father, and try to push that on their daughter or son. Nah, you need to do this and you need to do that. You getting in the middle of that, and kids and girls always gonna reject that.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Have this coming to them, they gonna reject being told something by somebody else.
And let me get a dad the juice, man. Let me get a dad a little interject. And give you some game. The young parenthood. That young lady, she's allowed to make mistakes because she has a supporting cast. The baby lives there. Her mistakes not gonna be highlighted. The young man, where he's either living with his mom or somebody else, the slightest slip up, especially if they're not together, it's gonna be put on blast. That's a fact. So he parenting on needles.
Already at a disadvantage.
My point exactly. You understand? My second child, my daughter, I learned something through Kyle. When we was going through the thing, they had a little parenthood class for the days. Teaching you what the things that women go through, the emotional swing. Think about a kid in the hood with no really understanding of a woman at 18 and 19, and a woman pregnant, she don't want to be touched at that time because not sexually, it's the baby complications. It might leave me the fuck alone. That young dude to react way off hand. But I learned that in those classes though. When my daughter mother was going to those pregnant doctors meetings, you know, checkups, I was going to the class. Sitting in there and learning about the mood swings, the adjustments that's going on with them. Our community is not teaching it and not preaching it. If we're gonna indulge in these 20-year-olds and things, 19, having children, they need to be educated. If that's what we're gonna do. If we don't have a problem with it, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm an advocate of having fun. If he look good, and I told my little niece, I told my cousin, you might hit the dude, you look good, nigga might can't read 3 lines, but they good. Fuck them all you want, this don't have no baby by. You feel me? I'm an advocate, have some fun.
Have some fun, live your life.
Man, go to Miami one night stand, do all that shit. Told my daughter the same, live life, but don't have no baby by that guy. Make having a baby by somebody a precious thing, just like marriage.
Because this one thing though, with the man, his like you say, his faults may be highlighted, but with the woman, your faults and flaws may be highlighted, but you will be stuck with that baby. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference. Your shortcomings may not be highlighted, but you gonna be locked in. You know what I mean? As a woman, you gonna be locked in with that. Ain't no escaping it. As the young can escape, he can be like, man, I ain't got time for this shit.
And I'm about to piggyback what Quad is saying. My queen, please, this is an important message.
Man, you're choosing, you want to be a father.
Stop letting these niggas put babies in you. Cause when you decide to mature and decide to say, I'm selling them down, the average guy with a head on his shoulder don't want a woman with 2 or 3 kids. We gotta understand that. We gotta make this dating game and this relationship and this marriage game be on the forefront of our community. And we got to teach that. Don't say to that guy, oh, you not a man, this, that, and third, because you ain't accepting me. No. You in control of
it's real.
whether you can have that baby or not.
And nobody wants to say it, but
they don't want to speak on it.
They don't want to speak on it, but men do look at you different. If you
They
have
do.
A couple kids,
They do.
It's rough to say that this is uncomfortable.
And it's unfair.
It's unfair, but that's what it is.
Life unfair.
But you know what? Between you and a woman with none, or a woman with one,
it's so close to none.
Yeah.
Check it out though, like you said, it's unfair, but
life is.
It's unfair for them on that thing, but it's unfair for, like you said, for the father. You make one mistake or one slip up, and you the scum of the earth. You a piece of shit.
Yeah.
So that's unfair.
Yeah.
So it's all unfair.
Yeah.
But that's life.
That's life.
Exactly.
That's
so,
life.
We coming towards the end. We gotta lighten everything up, man. You got super heavy with it, Dave. For real. So we're gonna do this thing. We got these rapid fire questions. Can't think about it. You just gotta answer. You know what I'm saying? So first thing that come to your mind.
Go.
All right. So loyalty or respect?
Depends on the gender.
Wow. We gotta come with a penalty mission. You gotta answer this. All right. You know,
I'm gonna give you a prime example. I'm gonna make it short and quick. To me, this for me.
Yeah.
When it come to marriage, love will come down the line. I need my wife to be loyal to me.
Oh yeah, that's big, bro.
To me personally, the love, the true love, come from your children. That's your love.
Yeah.
Loyalty comes from your wife. Cause guess what? You can slap the shit out of one of them kids.
Yeah.
got what they gonna do? They come and sleep on your lap.
Yeah.
Slap your wife, you might go to jail. But if you got a loyal woman, some things can be worked out. I need loyalty first. Love come later.
Okay, cool. I can accept that.
That's big to me. Loyalty.
Shit, we'll say
Now, love.
Yeah.
This dude love me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, along the lines of that, though, I got another one. Okay. My name is Dink, and I look for blank in a woman.
Short version or long version.
Whatever you want to do, come on.
I'm an authentic guy. My wife will tell you. I never heard a dude say that girl eyelashes look sexy. Like I like real.
Yeah. Okay.
I like authentic. Like
Authenticity.
women, and I'm not trying to be harsh with this.
Yeah.
Women got this conception about certain things they do. Like I like everything real. I love my wife. Shout out to a special woman to deal with me. You gotta be special. So that's everything to me. And this is the first time in my life though that I experienced this kind of love. And I'm telling you, this lady is it though.
That's how you
Like
do
it. Like it though.
All right, here go the third one. What's the first thing you do or think of when you wake up in the morning?
How the family gonna get better.
All right.
Family is important, man. I'm telling you, when me and Quality talk, or me and one of the homies talk, we ask about our kids.
Yeah.
How the family doing. Like our Quality doing in school, you know. Now we call it laugh or something about something they did, but we ask about our family. That means everything.
All right, cool. So you talked about life and that, and the transitioning. So what's the end game for that?
The end game for Dink is to get us to look at life for what it is, and to take the fairy tale out of life. People live a lot of fairy tale life.
Okay.
Social media influences that a lot. They think what you see is what it is. Life is in black and white. It ain't in color. It's simple. It's very simple. What you put in it is what you get out of it. Like the blessings that Quality got, the blessings that Velvet got, the blessings that I got, it's because you earned them. You know, don't watch what this guy doing and expect you supposed to get what he get if you ain't putting in what he get. You understand me? So you gotta put that work in to get, you know what I'm saying? And it goes for you and anybody. And I'm gonna tell you that. What's most important to me is the prosper of our people. We need to get historically inclined. We need to inform our women about our history. Enough of our women does not knee deep in where we come from. We don't share the vision about where we come from. So I slowly bring my wife along.
You see what you said? You said vision.
Yeah.
Everybody
vision.
got a dream, but everybody ain't got vision.
And I believe this podcast here, it can be special.
It is gonna be special.
I believe I talked to Quality today. I talked to him about it.
We got something here.
Yeah, I talked to him about it. I said, this thing to rise.
Yeah.
But he also will tell you, you gotta get it back.
Yeah.
Because this is your castle. This Quality
Exactly.
castle,
I kept saying
that Velvet House, that's your castle.
Yeah, I kept saying that.
And trust me, the guys that's gonna come to this platform,
Can't come here.
nah.
Nah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I believe this podcast, I'm the first one to say it. It's gonna be special. What I mean by special, it's gonna transition our city to something different. It's gonna make people see our city in a different light. You understand? We ain't gonna be on no hocus pocus
Yeah.
and all that. Yeah, we ain't stirring up shit and this, that, and the third. Nah, we ain't about to do that.
Man, you saying that right there, we're gonna end it with them 4 fucking questions right there, cause man, you did, man, you got a whole clip on right there with that one, man. So man, Dink, man, how can people find you if they want to find you online? If that's, you know.
Oh, it's my name on Facebook. Edward Harris, straight up and straight down. I don't go by nothing aliens or nothing like that. I don't. My mom, well, the doctor gave me the name Dink, so I don't go by nothing aliens. Edward Harris on Facebook, and you know, love my people, man.
Yeah, quiet.
You know, Quality Wallace on Facebook, Win Now, DC on Instagram, and follow the Uncomfortable Truth on Instagram also.
Yeah. And And I'm Uncle Velvet Jones on Instagram, and Velvet Jones on Facebook, man.
Facebook.
And like I said, man, it's the uncomfortable truth. Everybody got a dream, but everybody ain't got vision. The uncomfortable truth.
Love Durkee.